I don't like to say when things get back to normal.
We were highly impacted by COVID. We were like, what are we gonna do?
Within 2 weeks, I believe, we had pivoted to online dance classes.
We really quickly pivoted and started planning virtual programming.
And that is its own special beast because you have kids with different levels of access to technology. You need to be able to see them. They need to be able to see you.
We really looked at the youth development goals of resiliency and positive identity, that we even, changed up our lessons plans and our choreographic process so that is integrated into it, because we were like, okay, when this is over, what do we want our students to, how do we want our students to develop?
Caitlin kind of pointed it out, and I think we've all, learned how adaptable we all are and how open-minded everyone is to kind of pivot and change where needed.
There are some things that we were kind of, I don't want to say forced, but the quarantine kind of made us get on YouTube. They made us ramp up our Instagram account and meeting our kids where they are. And I don't see a reason to move away from that.
I think we're all quickly learning that virtual learning can be just as impactful as sometimes in-person programming can be.
We're always looking to serve more teens and young people and better. And one of the things that came out of quarantine is that we were able to serve some kids who didn't have access to the club and the way we were set up pre-COVID.
One thing that I think we learned at Moving in the Spirit was how important the sense of community was to our kids.
For us to really be able to take a deep dive into that essential tenet of social justice work during such an important time, and to be able to then use kids' voices through technology.
For years, we've had people, when we were in the studio, we're like, parents, you can't come in, but we have welcomed them into the process because they were sneaking in the room anyway. And we wanted to utilize them as a resource.
Something we always talk about our students is being comfortable, being uncomfortable. And I think as an organization, we certainly were put in that position.
Our kids aren't going to stop being on Instagram. Our young people that we work with aren't going to stop being on Instagram. So we're going to continue to keep programming there.
They do use technology. And so to not look at it as something that's bad or it's ruining them, but say, no, how do we infuse positivity?
What the quarantine and pandemic has brought out is actually real progress and change that was needed.